Ready?
Yeah.
Coming to you live from my basement apartment, and one less friend joining us tonight because he's been tucked away to Betty Bye forever. This is Sports Allegedly.
Why did you about to bring that up?
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for this episode on August 3rd, 2024 of Sports Allegedly. We thank you for joining us. Sorry for the delay. We've been gone for a minute. Lots of surgeries and other shit going on.
Illness, gambling, addiction.
It's a rough life we live. But hey, tonight we're going to talk a little bit about the ACC. We're going to do our predictions tonight for the whole ACC.
Whole ACC.
And also going to go over
NFL
NFL North, the North, and the NFC and the AFC North. We'll talk about those predicted finishes, some of the new players that's joined the team, those teams.
You're already doubting your.
And so let's start right now. We'll give a little Olympic update. Do we want to get into that?
What about the Dutch beating the U.S.?
Because really, all we care about, besides the stuff we just watch on TV at the moment,
medal counts.
We're really caring about the medal count. So right now, currently, United States leads total medal count 61. Second place is the Frances with 41. And then third place looks
Chinese
like China.
Are coming.
Now, currently, gold medal count, China's winning with 16. United States has 14. And then France and Australia tied for 12. Where the USA's really built a nice little lead is in the silver, always second best, according
and the bronze
to some,
as well,
and the bronze. So,
you got to think. You got to think. Early on in the Olympics, America wasn't even in the top 4 in the medal tracker for gold. So we've had to really fix that. So,
Simon Bowles, huge. Katie Ledecky, huge. For the U.S. Looks like the men's, I think the men's swimming.
Sitting here trying not to be in pain.
The men's swimming, well, you've got time to watch, so quit sleeping. The men's swimming team, I believe, won gold today.
It's hard to sleep.
If I'm not.
It's hard to watch and sleep.
Now, the one thing I haven't watched at all, to be honest, is track. I have not watched any track.
Everything's on so many different channels now. I used to all be on NBC, and that was cool. And
then you got Bob Costas just walking you through it all.
I know.
And now that's not
over. And now we've got.
Now the one drama we did have was the Algerian boxer Amon.
Oh, punching that Italian girl right in.
Now, so allegedly, and I think we've made our comments on this. Allegedly, she was born a female, and she maybe got tested, and there was some sort of interesting extra chromosome.
I thought he was born a male, and then
no, he's she.
You can't change chromosomes.
Well, you can have extra ones though. I mean, not like the bad. But you know what I'm saying. You can have extra ones.
That's how you get done.
And so apparently that's the story. I don't really know. We've all talked about this though. I was talking about Katie winning another gold. But we've all talked about this before. Listen,
Katie killed everybody in that competition.
Men believe in men should be playing in men's sports, women and women. Let's just stop talking the drama. Let's just get over this shit. It seems like it's overshadowing all the athletes that have worked hard. Now, if she was a woman, that's different.
I did say they didn't let the rapist stay in the Olympic Village.
Oh,
for the Netherlands or something? Yeah.
That was. There's so much stuff going on that it's tough to keep up
The
with.
Olympic Village is just a big STD drunk fest. Let's not even act like
allegedly. Uh-huh.
You want to go? I know you.
No.
But they don't give gold medals for Little Debbie box throwing.
So, or breaking down is what I wanted to do, not throwing. The breaking down, the speed of the breaking down.
Oh, you definitely are breaking down.
So, let's go to the women. Move on. Beat Japan today in soccer, and I think the men are out. So, what are we doing?
Wrong
with men's soccer? Is it? Are we?
Well, the men are all under 23, so that's not even That's not even the stars.
Was this the time to make the dream team? Is that what we're talking about?
Well, I don't think they can. I think it's all.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta. Oh, is that the rule now? You gotta be.
Yeah,
I think you got older basketball players.
But I mean soccer.
Oh, well, shit! I don't even know what you're talking about.
I thought you were talking about soccer.
I am, but that shouldn't be a rule if no one else has got it.
I don't know. I reckon it's what it looked like.
Whoops. I've been looking at the wrong thing. I was looking for soccer in the S's, and I should be looking at football in the F's.
Football de la Americana.
Yeah. So, no news here. Thank you, NBC, for giving me nothing. Nothing and nothing. Here we go.
There's always nothing.
Scroll up. For
So I think the women can play.
The women are good. The women are good.
I know, but I don't think the men are the actual, male stars.
So the women beat Japan 1-0 today, and the men lost to Morocco 4-0. So they're out. That was yesterday. They're already done. And it's like, this is it? I mean, is that the best you can do?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. That's unacceptable for my American lineage to be just getting their tails kicked. U.S. will play on the 6th.
Look, we've always sucked
coming
at
up
soccer.
In
I don't understand why you're...
3 days, that'll be, they'll play Germany at 1100 hours, if I'm reading that right.
Look at that guy. He's crying.
Isn't that sad?
This is what we teach now. Tears. Stop that. Well, I didn't want to play a damn video.
But the boxer deal has been the news after the news after the news.
That's not for me to decide. That's for the Olympic Committee to figure out.
Men obviously continue 3-0, beat Puerto Rico 104-83. Puerto Rico did lead after the first quarter, which was in Puerto Rico. Yes. Anthony Edwards, who I think is the next big star, the Minnesota player, had 11 of 14, team high 26 points. Had a few dunks that were just dandy. Jason Tatum finally gets to play after being shut out in game 1, I think. He didn't get to play at all. 10 points, 10 rebounds.
Here, look.
And
why is the men's competition for under 23 players?
What is it?
So it's under 23s.
Because it's a FIFA thing. Is that what it is?
I'm guessing.
Unacceptable.
The men's game has many top-level competitions, many of which take part the same year as the Olympics. So... yeah, the European Championship, Copa America, all that. So they send the under 23s to go to the Olympics, whereas the women just do whatever women do. Which I have a new appreciation for C-sections.
Well, you're. I don't think anything was pulled
laugh.
out of you.
I can't. I think the doctor did. I can't laugh. Okay, so yeah, that's why men's under 23.
The also Canada. I don't know why. When I read that, it's how I want to say it.
It's fine.
Canada,
I'll say Canadian.
Canada and Germany also in basketball. The 3 teams besides the USA that have come out undefeated.
I can't wait until the Canadians beat us in basketball.
Shea, baby. Shea's Canadian.
Yeah, but just watching LeBron cry is my favorite thing.
That's funny. No, Shea was on.
There was an article. There was an article about everybody having to pass the ball to LeBron because it's like his final Olympics, and they got to make him look good.
Will his son play maybe next 4 years
Who
in the
cares?
Olympics? Maybe he's gonna wait to play with his son in the Olympics.
His son's even playing in the NBA.
Gosh, that's bad. I'm sorry.
All right, so there's your Olympic minute. 12 minutes. Olympic 12 minutes. Is that...
did we give him that much?
We gave him 12 minutes.
Okay.
Ish.
Okay, that's all right.
At 10.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit. We'll move on to the NFL.
And no, I thought we were doing the ACC first.
No, we'll just do all of our tidbits, and then we'll move right on to the big, long shit.
Oh, okay.
NFL, obviously, this weekend, we had the Hall of Fame game. First preseason of the year.
First, yeah.
And your Bears made a impressive showing.
The backup Bears.
And I liked the way Rippon looked. I mean, I'm not a big preseason guy. I think that a lot of that.
You and Dax was like, man, Rippon's really good. I'm like, his uncle was way better.
Yes, he did win a Super Bowl, or went to a Super Bowl. Didn't think it won a Super Bowl, yeah.
Won it with Washington Redskins.
It was with the Redskins. But no, I think that it's boring to me to watch, especially the early ones. To watch, it's a Hall of Fame game too. That's kind of your presentation, your kickoff game, and then Bears come out immediately and go, no starters playing. It's like I understand that. You don't start playing your starters a little bit till the later games, but when's it just gonna let's just get rid of these preseason games, add that 18th game to the NFL. Let the players win their spots in practice, like the coaches would want to anyway. I mean, it's like if you're playing secondary, not in your shape currently right now, obviously. I don't even know if you can be water boy unless the water was high. You couldn't bend over to pick, dropped a cup, sir. Anyway, so no, what I'm saying is you're playing against people that probably aren't going to make the team. So some people look better.
That's what I'm saying. You're trying to get guys that are practice back up.
To me, it's a waste. It is. I mean, I think you could judge that stuff in practice before and then if you think they're going to make it, then put them, game and then move roster spots. Stuff. Anyway, let's talk about the Hall of Fame for 2024. There's really only one guy I didn't know. And would you do a little research on Randy Gardeshar, or Gradishar, as I think how that is pronounced? He's the Bronco that went in this year, Randy Gradishar. I had not heard much about him. I really hadn't paid attention, but I wanted to do a little history. But I want to talk about Dwight Freeney, Devin Hester, Andre Johnson, Steve McMichael, Julius
2 Bears,
Peppers,
baby. 3 Bears, technically.
And Patrick Willis.
So
the Patrick Willis one statistically looks good. Surprised me he got in as early as he did. Julius Peppers was good. Steve McMichael, obviously we all know about his battle with ALS. That guy should have been in the Hall of Fame when he was healthy. It's bullshit the NFL done him this way, and I'll say that all the time. The guy is 3rd place all-time defensive tackles with sacks.
I am aware.
And I think Sapp's ahead of him, and who is the other? John Clayton? Is that the one from the Seahawks? Defensive tackle? I think that's him. I think it's Clayton. And
you said all-time sack leaders?
All-time defensive tackle sack leaders. Because you look at Dent, and who was the other edge on that team? Dan Hampton. So you've got those two guys that they're the ones that were getting the love from the outside, and then you've got McMichael in the middle stopping about everything and still getting sacks. But I think, if I read that right, it's defensive tackle sacks, and I think he's 3rd. I think Gilbert's 1, and I think Sapp's number 2, if I'm not mistaken. They are ends. Should be defensive tackles.
I put defensive tackle.
I know.
But this is Google's AI.
Probably should put defensive tackle position. But no, McMichael should have got in a long time ago.
Defensive tackle has the most sack. Oh, here we
go. He was an end.
I know.
It's not Bruce.
So was Reggie White, Kevin Smith, and Julius
all
Peppers.
Ends.
I don't know why they're not putting them.
Maybe they're just doing defensive line.
Probably. But yeah, these guys are all defensive end.
That's how I always had them play. I mean, they were all ends.
Oh, stat muse. I'm not paying you any damn money. You'd eat my butt.
But,
all right, Randy Gradishar. You wanted to know
talk about him.
I was born in 52, so I think he's like my mom's age. He's old. He's part of the Orange Crush defense.
Yes.
Played in Ohio State Buckeyes. He's a native of Ohio. He was a one-time consensus and one-time unanimous All-American. I don't care about his high school career. He was under Woody Hayes.
Okay.
And Woody Hayes called him the best linebacker.
I noticed he made I think it was a 7-time Pro Bowl, which was pretty impressive for then.
Right.
But
he was 6th in Heisman voting.
Nice.
In 73.
I hadn't heard of any of those other people, though.
Archie Griffin?
Oh, not him, yeah. Besides him. He'll just be another forgotten Griffin.
Roosevelt Leaks?
Well, congratulations.
Lucius Selman was right behind him.
He was really the only one that I didn't know because just of the age. Would you say he played in the 80s, ended in his 90s, the career?
Well, he was drafted in 74.
Steve McMichael, obviously, you watch all the highlights. Patrick Willis surprised me. And so the Devin Hester argument. So, great. Some of the best stats all time. And I'm not dissing the guy, and he deserves everything he is. But a specialist, I mean, is he like the first true punt or kickoff returner that's been in the...
he's the first true
specialty.
Positional... special teams. He's a special teams guy who's not a kicker or a punter.
That's what I was going to look at. Kickers in the Hall of Fame.
Right. So he's that first special teams guy. That,
Well, there's only 5 in the Hall of Fame for kickers all time. Can you name them?
well, it's what's his nuts that kicked in Atlanta? The Swede. Gary Anderson.
Morton
Anderson.
He was the Saints. Kicked forever. He might have finished there. Gary Anderson was the one that screwed the Vikings.
Right.
Ray Guy, obviously. There's awards named after him. Lou Groza, obviously awards against him. George Blanda, and Jan Stenerud. I don't know who that is.
Jan?
Could be Jan.
Yeah, Jan Stenerud.
Jan. Yeah, he's Norwegian. Sorry. Yeah, thank you, Sean. I screwed that up. And Morton.
He's good.
He's good. That was.
I can't yell.
I
can't get loud.
He was the last one. But anyway, I thought that was interesting that it was good that he got in. You don't see a lot of those specialists get in, to be honest. But he was special. Super Bowl, that Super Bowl you guys had, he ran it back against the Colts, was quite impressive in itself too.
Oh yeah, I mean he had a great career as just being a returner, and I know that they tried to use him a bit as a corner, and a bit as a wide receiver. He really didn't like it. I think when he was in Chicago, he was more apt to do it for Lovie Smith than when he went to Atlanta and they tried to get him to do it. He really didn't want to. He just wanted to stay a pure returner.
He was a member of the 2010s Decade Team,
Mm-hmm.
and he's one of the 2 return specialists on the NFL All 100 team, which is pretty impressive. He opened the Super Bowl, like I said, against the Colts with a 92-yard kickoff return. That's the only time in history. And then in second NFL season, returned 4 punts and 2 kickoffs for score, which is nuts. That's 6 and obviously a record. That's crazy. When McMichael finished his career, he had the most tackles and most sacks in Bears history at the time.
All right, so here's more of it. Here's what we were talking about. I know we're going back to it, but here's the Mongo McMichael. Here's a more comprehensive list of defensive tackle. So Bob Lilly was number 1. Mean Joe Green would be number 2. Merlin Olsen, number 3.
Now you're talking. They're just ranking them right now. They're not giving them the sack total.
Right.
Yeah,
There's Randy
yes.
White, who was a white guy
Yes.
for the Dallas Cowboys. Warren Sapp. I mean, we'd have to go through and look at these guys'
What's
numbers.
Warren Sapp's stats, real quick? Give me his stats right there.
One-time Super Bowl champ, voted 7 Pro Bowls, first team All-Pro
Doesn't really
4
say
time.
that. Oh, there's 96.
96 and a half sacks.
Yes. So McMichael alone had 92 and a half sacks for the Bears, and he played 1 more year for the Packers. I don't know if he got any then.
Apparently he played for the Patriots, too.
Check out John Randall's stats real quick. He's right there. He was the Seahawks, I believe. And his total, there you go.
137
sacks.
Ooh, Jeff.
I think he's the leader. I think he has the most defensive tackle sacks in the NFL. That dude was unbelievable. And ranked a bit low.
Yeah, well, like I said, this guy. They put ends on.
All right, well, congratulations to the Hall of Fame staff.
Yeah.
The team, actually, the teammates. It was all players this year. So,
No, I thought there was a coach, wasn't there?
It was all players.
Or an announcer.
Oh, I just got the list. Is it everybody else? They have,
Unless that Gershon was.
no, it's for football. It's for football. All right, anything else?
No.
Tyreek Hill restructured his contract. Brought it down.
Ooh, gotta pay them baby mamas more money, non-baby mamas.
3 year, $90 million.
9 kids now?
I've had that.
I don't know how many baby mamas. No, he's got 9.
Okay. That is good.
Jaguars waive Peterson's son, the tight end.
Probably should have. Right.
A long time ago.
Anything else on news? with
Hopkins
that?
will not need surgery.
Looks like Deontay Foreman, his injury in practice, his neck injury, they carted him off the field, took him to the hospital. Looks like all things are negative. He's going to be fine.
So quick recovery.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes. For sure.
Yeah, there's been a lot of weird injuries in camps this year.
Well, that's why we're going to wait on our fantasy draft, just to wait and see what happens closer as we get.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on the NFL? A lot of contract talk right now. Did CD actually get a contract? I saw a contract offer, and I don't know if it's actually true. I think it was bull.
I have not seen anything on him getting.
Because I know that right now, currently Dak.
I know that this cool picture here with. You could show that. Troy Aikman in those cool red glasses.
I like the glasses, Troy.
I can't laugh. It hurts.
So CD and Dak have been in contract talks. That's kind of looks like they've made an offer. They're kind of going back and forth. Allegedly, rumors had come out from Dallas camp that for Dak it was the length of the term, not necessarily the money. Looks like Dallas will probably try to offer him a 3 or 4 year. Dak probably going to want like a 6 year or something like that.
That's your boy's first round pick right there.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen. He's going to drop, and then so that's what we're waiting on there. I mean, that's kind of been the big news for contracts. Anything else on that you can think of?
No, not really.
The new kickoff rules were kind of a bitch last night.
But we went through those. If you ever watched the XFL, USFL, you were fine with it.
I don't like the zones, and you got to catch it and that type of stuff. It's just
nobody can move until the guy catches the ball.
Just seems boring, and it seems like the refs and
they're
the players.
They're trying to get rid of gunners.
I understand that, but it just seemed like that whole game there was a lot of penalties. The flow wasn't good. Even I thought the refs were confused.
That's why they have preseason, Kenny.
Yeah, whatever.
Again,
they should just teach. They should just teach that.
They can't.
That's what they need to teach.
All right.
OU news.
Okay.
Got to talk to Venables. Talked to the media today. Very high on Tatum, the freshman running back. Jackson Arnold, he gave good reviews about. Said he's looking much different than he did last year. Physically, he looks better. And obviously we are thinking the offensive line is going to be the big issue there. We know it's going to be the big issue.
What's going to happen in Texas?
But from words that has come out of that, I mean, Hickman for one was SMU. He said it's going to be tough to build that offensive line. He said, but we're ready. There is a lot of starts in that group because they're bringing in some people that have played, whether it was Hickman at SMU and some others. Dominique Williams for the transfer from TCU said
Dana Holmgren got himself a job this week.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's with Sonny Dykes
in
TCU. Yeah.
Oh, joy. So, but anyway, that's the news.
I figured you'd like that.
I do.
I know you love Dana.
Of course, Billy Bowman on the Thorpe. Dana should be a coordinator stat. Billy Bowman on the Thorpe list. Gavin Sawchuk on the Warfel Trophy. There's been a lot.
We got a lot of guys on Lawn Watch.
Offensive line, though, that is where it's got to be. Preseason pick number 8. We've talked about that already. We'll break down the SEC in the upcoming weeks of what we think. But it is this month. 27 days. Oklahoma opens on the 30th against Temple on a Friday night
Week
game.
0's coming up real fast.
All right. Other news.
Nebraska, Ohio State, Alabama boost NIL funds via practice admission.
Well, anything you can do to make a buck is what's going to happen
Eat
there.
that money. Oh, Trent Williams. Did you see him, OU boy?
Yeah.
Remember, he's getting paid. I saw that his Madden ranking went up too.
Hey, the good story we was talking about the Cowboys earlier. It looks like Tyler Guyton's had a really good preseason.
Yeah.
Yes, looks like he could potentially come right in and start. Now, my buddy Mark, he loves Bedenbaugh, and I think he's a hell of a coach. His recruiting bothers me a bit, and in the moments like right now that we're not as talented as we should be.
Is that what you named your My Buddy doll, Mark?
But he shows he can't
Ladies
coach.
and gentlemen, he has an argument with this My Buddy doll that he's named Mark. A lot.
Well, he thinks he's the greatest, and I said, well, I think that other teams have sent more
Well, you
NFL.
think you're the greatest too. So.
But no, I'm not dissing beanball. I just think that they're never, if you're that good, there never should be a year that you concern yourself with that position. Is my point. You shouldn't have all of them graduating. We did lose a lot to the draft. I understand that, but you should have them behind.
Your concern is you got to remember that you came in and you had to rebuild that line anyways.
Well, yeah, so
you lost all that, and then
we've got Fabechi from North Texas,
and
Michael
you're
Tarquin
going through. You're
USC.
Constantly going through, and especially with the transfer portal and NIL, you are always worried about every position on the field, especially line, D line, and O line.
I just want some recruits that have been in his system for more than just a fall and a spring. You know what I mean?
Well, we're going to have to but so in 4 years we'll have to see that.
No, but a lot of these guys are portal guys. Most of them are. Most of the guys starting are portal guys. Where's our incoming freshman? That's what I want to know.
Mom's house.
And so that's always been my concern.
Well, then let's go ahead and just segue right into the ACC. Oh yeah, there it is. Dana Holmgren and Todd Graham going to Sonny Dyke staff.
I like the Todd Graham addition too. I think he's a really good coach. I could see that being an offensive and defensive coordinator coach right there. And what are they doing? Go ahead and click on that, Sean. See. Are they analysts?
Creating a spot.
Analysts and advanced scouts, yes.
So, yeah, these guys will be his coaches in a couple years.
Todd's only 59. Wow. He seems older.
Well,
he was young at Tulsa then, if you think about it.
Okay, if you look, head coach at Rice, Tulsa, Pitt, Arizona State, and Hawaii. I think you are a little old.
Rice was 1 year. Pitt was 1 year.
Yeah, but you're going to age yourself.
And Hawaii, I think, was 1 year or two because they kicked him out fast.
Yeah. I remember the Pitt 1 year. He really got ran out.
No, he had a good year. He took that Arizona State job. And I still don't.
Did he take the Arizona State after Pitt?
Yeah, after Pitt. So that's the order.
Why did he do that?
I don't know. And why he left Tulsa for Pitt to leave to Arizona State. To me, Pitt's a better job, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, they don't, I don't think they have it on campus. I think they have to play at Pittsburgh, don't they? I think there's
something weird.
There's some stuff up there that's not the greatest.
University, I think it's.
But, that fits his tough mentality. And then you go to Arizona State, and the money's there, but you just ain't got the tradition.
Well, you say they don't have tradition. They do have a tradition in STDs.
Arizona State?
Yes. Party school, baby. Get it.
All right.
Everybody, so we go to the ACC?
Yep, got my pick.
I've got all your picks right here.
I know, but I kind of want to start changing a little bit because, I know who's going to win the ACC. So I think we both, well, I don't know. Who do you got?
I did not. That's what I should have done. It looks like we have Florida State winning.
I do.
The ACC, but we have SMU coming in at a close. NC State also.
I like them.
Along with Miami. Yeah, our consensus to win is Florida State.
Not by much. I think that everybody kind of really likes Clemson too, as they should. We have
Clemson underneath Miami and NC State and SMU.
Well, so
and under Vautech. I know Vautech. They're talking about Vautech being
Klubnik, the Cade Klubnik, the quarterback for. I know I could be pronouncing that wrong for Clemson. He was young last year. I wasn't impressed as much. Miami, I think, is a make or break season for their coach. And why am I not? Why am I just drawing a blank on his name?
Who?
The coach of Miami.
Oh, that's.
I can see his face. He came from Oregon. Why am I just not? Oh, Mario Cristobal.
Well,
yes. Yeah. That's a make or break year for him this year. I truly believe.
Oh yeah, it has to be. Even though he came over last year, it is definitely a make. Was it last year before?
I think they got Louisville a little
high. How long has it been there?
They got Louisville. This is their second or third year. It's Dan Lanning's it's second. Be second. But I think they got Louisville a little high. But change of coaches, we talked about that.
Yes. You had totally forgotten about it.
I did forget that Brom had came back. Is it Brom that came back to? God, am I right
what's his nuts went to Purdue and
I think Brom came back.
Jeff Brom.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm a little uncomfortable.
You're making me a little uncomfortable.
You are making me uncomfortable.
But no, I think that.
Well,
Yeah,
I have. Oh shoot!
It is Jeff Brom.
I have
Sorry
Syracuse.
Sorry for my delay on that.
That's Syracuse at 11 wins somehow.
Well, you must have been on your painkillers when you made those picks.
No,
because
they just have a weird,
that's-
easy schedule.
It's not going to happen.
Dude, they have a weird, easy schedule.
So the teams I like, we talked about, was I like Florida State, I like Clemson, like Miami. Even though Clemson, I think, is going to struggle a little bit. NC State is a surprise. It could be a surprise. I like Virginia Tech. I think that's a team that's going to do much better than they did last year. SMU could be there. North Carolina losing quarterback.
Well, that's what we have, and we have Va Tech sneaking in along with
what was their
SMU.
What was their over under, Sean? So over under right now on Clemson and FSU.
Clemson we both went under.
And Miami was 9.5 wins, which is high.
Clemson we both went under. Florida State we went over. Miami, what was theirs? Oh yeah, we both went. We both went. No,
I should have went under.
I went under. You went over on Miami.
Oh really? See, I didn't like their schedule at first, but they open at Florida, and then Florida A&M, Ball State,
USF.
Wins. Virginia Tech, but they've got them at home. California looked like a win. Louisville, if they're playing better under Brom's system by then, that could be a fun game. They've got Florida State at home. Duke is going to fall down a little bit, I think. Manny Diaz is a new coach. I thought that was a weird hire.
Very weird.
They lost Elko to A&M. I think Manny Diaz will be fired in 2 years. It's my prediction. Georgia Tech is also a team that could surprise a few people, get some odd wins. They'll beat Wake Forest, and I think they'll beat Syracuse.
Well, because Georgia Tech finally did better than they did the last 30 years.
Yes.
20 years. When was the last time they were good?
Yeah, probably since
when was the last
Calvin Johnson was there, right?
Well, or
Calvin Johnson.
What's his nuts from Oklahoma moved there as a
Tashard
running
Choice.
back?
Yeah, Tashard Choice, who is still the running back coach at Texas. Don't forget that.
Oh, what a traitor! A cool traitor.
Anyway, Brent Key, I think he was an excellent hire for Tech. Did a little better last year. ACC is going to be fun because it's going to be more.
Well, they're on the verge of implosion.
Maybe. I don't think that's going to happen right now, but you're going to look at the teams that are on that bottom level. There's a few teams that really. You look at Tony Elliott at Virginia. He has got to get something going.
Well, Boston College, Virginia.
Tony left the same year as Brent. They're both entering their third year. So Clemson lost their offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Brent obviously inherited a better team. There's no doubt about that, even though we kicked off most of them. But he's done a better job. It's a better blue blood. But Virginia should be doing more. Matt Brown at Carolina, it's going to be interesting to see what they do for quarterback. The ACC
he
actually
seems to do fine with a quarterback.
I want to talk about.
He doesn't have the stress that he had at Texas.
Oh, that's a fact. Well, he was there before. You know who the
Butch?
AD is there is the guy from Tulsa.
Which
is? No.
Cragthorpe?
No, the AD. I just can't think of his name.
I can't. Those people aren't important. They just,
I know
like you, they do business, and I don't care.
But he came from that, and I think they like just Mac. I mean, he makes some money, and it's like party on.
Party on, huh?
It is.
It is party on.
It is.
You heard it here first. So we do have our basement dwellers. Boston College. You've got one win. I've got two.
Yeah, and I feel bad because their over/under was 4.5, and I thought maybe I missed something.
No, we didn't.
So did we give Stanford more wins than Boston College?
Hold on, I was trying to find Stanford.
Because their over/under is lower.
I gave them the same. I gave them 2.
Oh, okay.
You gave them 2, so you did give Stanford one more win.
That makes sense.
Over Boston College.
That definitely makes sense.
Now, see, I gave Boston College a random win at Michigan State because Michigan State is in turmoil.
That's what you done. Well, new coach, Oregon State.
It's all new.
I think they're going to be a little better than
but it's all new. They've lost a lot of players. They've lost a lot. I don't know if you remember the Mel Tucker years, where they had that one good year and then
they signed him to like 90 million a year. Yeah.
And then
Florida State, Miami, new quarterbacks
Cal had 6.5, and we gave him 3 and 4.
We was talking about transfers real quick. Yes, I agree with that. But transfers, Clemson was the only program in the ACC that didn't land one single transfer player. They had 0. Now, DJ Uiagalelei came from Oregon State. He's at Florida State. Cameron Ward left Washington State after their coach left, and he ended up in Miami, which that might be the best quarterback Miami's had in a very, very long time.
What happened to what's his name?
Washington State coach?
No, the quarterback they got now. Not Manny Diaz. What is that kid's name? Van Dyke?
I don't know. Who was that?
Isn't it Van Dyke?
From where?
Miami.
Oh, well, he wasn't
Tyler
any good. He might still be there.
Isn't he there?
Or maybe he left too. They're all leaving.
I thought he was still there.
Also, NC State brought in Coastal Carolina's Grayson McCall. McCall was really good, but you remember he got hurt last year. Someone else came in. I think that's going to be a big addition to NC State, who's one of my sleeper teams in the ACC.
No, he's not. Where is he?
Kyle McCord went to Ohio State, and I forgot that Malik Murphy from Texas. That kid can move. If he can throw the ball good, keep the mistakes, he went to Duke. So Manny Diaz gets that guy.
Wait, you talking Van Dyke or who went to Duke?
Malik Murphy. Yes. Kyle McCord from Ohio State went to and Syracuse has a new coach. Yeah. So it's possible.
But they've got, like I said, they have a really easy schedule.
That's the deal. Is what we really broke down was the schedule, and there is some. It's when we get to the ACC, we'll talk about it.
We are at the ACC.
No, I mean sorry, SEC. There is a big difference in far as.
Van Dyke went to the Badgers.
Oh, okay. Also with Tyree Walker, and we'll talk about him as we
get to the big tinnies. So we have our base but our top teams. NC State, Florida State. Now they don't do divisions anymore, right? They got rid of everybody's done with divisions in college football, is what I'm seeing. AAC is done. ACC doesn't have any. Big 12 doesn't. Yeah, we're done with.
Yeah, because I think what they're wanting now is they're just wanting the best 2 teams to get in. Everybody.
Right. So,
unless we missed something, is there some other group that does that?
No. Everybody seems to have gotten rid of.
That's good. That is good.
Gotten rid of East. Oh, well, no, hold on now. The Sun Belt.
The Sun Belt, yes. Those pesky Sun Belters.
Sun Belters. We forgot about the Pac, too. We don't care. Nobody's covering that. But, yeah, everybody else has gotten rid of.
Who is covering that? I don't even know what they're doing. It's so ridiculous.
They're playing a majority of their games in the Mountain West.
So it comes out Florida State, Clemson not leaving currently right now, but want to really bad, and everyone knows that.
Florida State, Clemson.
So it's going to be an awkward year. It looks like North Carolina and who's the other one? Who's the? Was it Miami? Miami was the fourth.
Miami.
Yeah, it was the fourth.
Yeah, there's a lot. But so for our top is definitely Florida State.
I'm going Florida State, going Clemson second, and then I think I liked.
We've got Clemson like fourth.
Oh, that's right. We did pick.
We got SMU.
I like
Vatech. I've got Syracuse because they're easy.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
NC State would probably be our definite number 2. I like
NC State. And Virginia Tech's going to make a big rebound.
Miami's not far behind.
And Miami's right there too.
Yeah, we're looking at a hard year for Duke since losing Elko.
I think the pressure gets to Miami.
Cal and Stanford, huge travel schedules. I mean, you've got to go to Auburn and then turn around and, Florida State. You're going to Pitt. You're going all the way to Wake. You're going coast to coast. At Stanford, they've got Syracuse to go to, then Clemson right after that, and then Notre Dame, and then go to NC State, and then they get cushy schedule at last 2 games with Cal and San Jose State.
What is the bottom 2 feeders? We had Stanford and
we had Stanford, Boston College, Cal, and Wake Forest. So that's pretty much who we see in the basement. I said Virginia. You said Virginia's taking 7.
Yeah, what'd you pick?
I picked them at 3.
Okay, so let's talk about that schedule real quick.
Well, they start with Richmond, the Richmond Spiders. And then I gave them a loss at Wake Forest, where you gave them a win.
Oh yeah, I think Wake is a bottom
And
feeder.
then
We
they
forgot about
lose-
Wake.
Right, and then they lose to Maryland.
Mhm.
And then they go to Coastal Carolina, and we said they got the win there. They get a win at Boston College. Now, you said they get a win at Louisville, and I said they got a loss at Louisville.
Yeah, and that's possible. Louisville could be much better than I
said
anticipated.
loss at Clemson. You said loss at Clemson. You said they would win in North Carolina.
Yes, I did.
And
Yes.
I said they'd lose that game. And we both said they lose Pitt. We both said they lose Notre Dame. But then you said they were going to win the SMU game. And I said they're going to lose the SMU
That's
game.
possible too. So not too far off.
Right. So I went one way, you went the other.
I just something about that team. They looked better as I think, and I could be wrong.
You were wrong.
Am I? I thought they.
say you're wrong.
I thought they looked better at the end of
He's
the year.
wrong because he's a moron.
I thought they looked better towards the end of the year.
Oh.
We'll tell you right now, though. By golly.
What?
Yep, lost 4-5. Well, I was wrong, man. They just beat Duke. They sucked.
Yeah, they didn't have.
But Miami was overtime. Louisville was close.
Yeah, but what has he got left on that team?
Boston College was a close loss. NC State was 3 points. James Madison was 1 point. I mean, that was a lot to be from 2 wins to 4-5 in just a few points. Obviously, like OU's was 2 years ago. I
Still lost to
understand
James Madison.
that. Yeah, I know. Well, hell, maybe I'm wrong. But it's a rare.
No, it's not.
Only 3 wins the year before.
I've seen your dating life.
Man, oh man. I mean, but he's kind of a make or break year too. Third year,
Right.
he's going to have to win.
Right. He's not having the same success that Brent is.
Well, we'll see. I mean, Brent might drop down.
Oh,
from
no,
10
Brent's
to
going to
8 or
definitely
9
undefeated.
wins. Think so.
Massively undefeated.
All right, well, we'll talk about that in the upcoming
Massive.
weeks.
Yeah, I don't. What is our next one going to be?
So we're gonna pause in
We'll do
2 days.
big-
We're gonna
big-
run.
yeah.
We're gonna run back, and we'll probably. I think we should do the. Are we not doing the ACC?
AAC. We only talked about just doing Tulsa.
Okay, we could do that because there's 900 teams.
So we've got the 10, the 12, the SEC. I was going to go with the Big 12.
Let's do the Big 12. No, do the Big 10 next week.
Big 10? Okay.
Big 10 Sunday. And then we're going to do the. Let's do this.
I know those picks will be drugged up picks.
The what?
Those will be drug picks.
Oh.
I'll
So
be-
Sunday we'll do the Big 10.
I'll be painkillered
That'll
up.
be next. We'll do the preview of the Big 10. So we're mostly in agreement that Florida State's going to win the ACC.
Mostly.
And Big 10 next on Sunday. And what's the other one? Let's do NFL. As we get into tonight, we're going to preview the NFL
We're doing the
North.
North. We're going to go to
Let's
the South.
do the South. Okay, NFC South or NFL South.
NFL South's on
Sunday.
Sunday. Sunday?
Tampa first
Monday.
place. Already just going to predict that right
Monday.
now. Yeah, Monday. Did I say Sunday? I meant Monday.
Sunday.
Today's Saturday.
No
Oh yeah, feels like a
Nikes.
Friday. Yeah, okay.
I-
All right, here we go. Let's move on. Ready? You ready to do this?
I'm
Which one do you
so-
want to do? Which
I'm
one
sorry. What does it feel like to you?
It just feels great.
It doesn't
So-
for me. It's 47 minutes in, and I am very uncomfortable.
So which one do you want to do?
We're AFC.
AFC
No,
North.
we're gonna go to NF. We're going to the Bears.
The Bears.
You know where we're going. This was our funnest. This was our funnest
Most
picks. No, we had a lot of fun doing these picks.
fun? We did.
Um,
And I've changed my mind. I want to change all my picks.
all right. So
I don't feel confident in JJ anymore. So so we want to talk about the.
well then okay.
Well, hold on. Because it's hard to read our board. Let's just talk about the North. Let's talk about the.
Well, I was reading
you
this,
got,
dickhead.
no, has it got the over-unders on that?
no.
Okay, let's talk about the over-under wins for the
Well, I
North.
can read those.
Detroit was 10.5.
Uh-huh.
Green Bay was 9.5. Chicago 8.5. Minnesota 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
Looks to be one of the closest divisions in the NFL. Now, I've always said
By far, but both Norths are by far.
We'll be talking about the North a little bit later. Both Norths are the hardest. That's right.
So we picked.
You guys are winning the NFL preseason
We
right
good.
now.
Thank you. So we picked Minnesota to finish last in that. Now, there's a discrepancy because we had Zach with us too. Pick these. I picked them with 3 games. Zach picked 1 game winner, and you picked 7 game winners.
Well, they're over under 7.5. So I'm still on the under.
You're still on the under.
So I can claim that when they only win 2 or 3. I'm just letting you know that was a betting money thing.
Yeah, but it's still that you picked 7 wins for them.
I did, and then I've heard,
Seen.
Well, their defense is not bad. Okay.
Right.
They've upgraded their running game with Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked about that.
If you can stay healthy.
They signed Sam Darnold 1 year, $10 million. We all laughed that he would start
Oh
game
my
1
God,
to 2.
Dax is so pissed off by that guy.
JJ's going to eventually be starting. They still have one of the best wide receivers and tight ends in the whole NFL.
They do.
The line's not bad. Now the problem is Mickey Blackburn tore his knee. He's out. They had the poor unfortunate rookie that passed away in the car crash for them that probably would have played significant amounts of. And the defense will be the leader of the team. Obviously, they're going to have to be because you're going to be starting after game 2 or 3. You're going to be starting a rookie quarterback, hands down. But I think Sean, what was it? That Millens, I think, was that their pickup? Didn't they get the Millens guy from in the draft, which I really liked his pick?
Oh, I don't remember drafts.
Sorry.
Those are so yesterday.
Shut up.
Just remember J.J. McCarthy.
Well, and we know that. Now, Kevin O'Connell, he is not a quarterback whisperer, but he is a quarterback coach, so he's an offensive guy. That helps. You still have Justin Jefferson, who is the best. Now
they got Dallas Turner.
Now some Vegas prognostic got him at 6.5, so it's kind of one of those deals.
They got Walter Rouse, offensive tackle from Oklahoma.
I like that pick. Yes.
They didn't
have a lot of picks, but I thought Dallas Turner was a good pick. I mean, I think they traded up to get him.
They did.
And I didn't think what was their schedule strength, Sean? I didn't look at that. That was the one thing that I needed.
I haven't looked at those in forever.
We've seen so many. Let's see.
I know it's easy enough that they should win the 7 games that you have them for, but they're not.
Potentially. Well, I'm going to go over a few games that you disagreed with me on. We both picked the Giants as a win. I picked the. Where did I pick them to win at again?
New Jersey.
Oh, there we go. I picked them to beat Arizona. I picked them to beat Atlanta. I picked them because I thought that was an Atlanta game.
No, we both picked that.
Then I thought they'd beat Chicago at the end of the year, and I thought they'd split with Green Bay. So that would have been 7 wins for me, right?
Yeah.
And obviously beating the Giants in game 1. So I still think there's a chance. I could see them slipping. You know what JJ's going to have to do that he didn't have to do a lot?
Develop quickly?
He's just going to have to throw the ball. He didn't have to do
Quick
that
release.
a lot. Yes, quick release, no mistakes. And we've seen in some of the practices some interceptions and stuff that did look real good when it comes to that.
Really impressed that boy.
So we have them at 4th. We both concurred.
Yep.
Minnesota will be 4th. I'm going no playoffs.
No.
Correct. All right. Let's move on to the 3rd place team.
Chicago Bears. Now, I know there's a lot of hype. They've got an 8.5 point spread. I picked them 7, you picked them 6, and Zach picked them 5.
Okay, so over under them was 8.5.
8.5.
I think we all picked them under. Now, I don't think it's going to be because, you put a quarterback on that team that's not a freshman.
This is the time. This is the time we need the arms.
No. When you have a rookie.
So I can lay back.
So when you have a rookie. So you've got Keenan Allen, obviously. And
DJ Moore just got a big contract.
Dunze. You've got Swift. You've got DJ Moore, yes. So that's all the offense. So then.
Well, you're running back, too.
Swift. So then did you fix the defense enough? And then what does Caleb do? What's Caleb going to do now as quarterback? Now, he's not going to be able to run everywhere. Can he?
We've already seen that.
Can he?
With Justin Fields trying to run everywhere.
Can he not make mistakes? Throw fast. Don't let the game be too fast.
Well, one, he's going to have to let Montez Sweat stop hitting him in practice.
That is true. And I forgot they picked up him too. So they've improved their defense. Everywhere that Bears team.
The team should be a playoff team.
It should be. I think they're right below it. I think they're
about to fuck them in their ass.
I think they're right below it. And also, I don't think it's so.
He's going to be writing screw Green Bay.
I think it's not necessarily unfair, but I want to talk about. Let's go Chicago's schedule. We picked Tennessee win. Houston loss. Indianapolis loss. I think Richardson's an all-star. The
Oh, yeah.
Rams, we both picked loss. We beat Carolina.
If he can stay healthy throughout
I
the
said they
season,
beat
too.
Jacksonville. I'm not a fan. You picked the loss. We both picked Washington loss. We'll talk about how much we love Washington later when we preview
Yes,
that.
we are in love
Um,
with the damn.
And then we've got Arizona both wins. No, I think wins. And then also New England wins. I split with Green Bay, beat Minnesota, and I split with Minnesota. Obviously lose to San Francisco, lose both to Detroit. Some had something different. I said they beat Seattle. Some they said they win. And then you got Green Bay. So it's not necessarily just a product of Caleb. I give shit. I'm kind of interested to see what he's going to do.
Can the team save him? Is the question.
But he's got enough talent around him.
He's got a great group of.
And then we'll see what the offensive line does.
Massive amount of talent.
Here is the kicker, though, is can the defense keep up? And you are playing Detroit and Green Bay twice. That's potential 4 losses out of 18 or 17 games right there.
Right, yeah.
You know, so
you might as well just start off 0-4.
And that's almost a quarter of your games.
Yeah.
It's almost a quarter of your games.
Yeah.
So.
Start yourself off 0-4 and then say, hey, can we win out of this?
But I love the offense, and I think the offense can be killer. It's just can the defense keep up with everybody in the NFC North that is so good on offense.
It's true.
You know, Detroit and Green Bay. Okay, all right, second place.
Green Bay.
Green Bay, their over-under was 9.5. I think we got them both going over.
Nope.
No, I do.
We both have them under.
What?
9 and 8. I got 9 wins. You got 8 wins. You have 9 wins. I have 8 wins.
I might have to look over that again because I am in love with Jordan Love.
Oh,
you know
my
this.
God. No, Kenny. No, there's no reason.
Well, I called it last year. Now he's the highest paid per year quarterback.
Yeah, and
right
he's
now.
going to be injured.
I don't know. I
It's
mean,
an injury year.
I like the guy. I called it last year. The one guy.
What happens when you pay a quarterback in the NFL? Joe Burrow got paid, got injured.
It happens.
Dak Prescott got paid, got injured.
Yeah, there's one that hadn't got injured yet that got paid.
Who? Well, it's
Mahomes.
not Brock Purdy.
Mahomes. Well, he hadn't got paid, but I heard he's throwing 6 picks in practice over the last.
He's
2
probably
days.
pissy.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
We just got married. Things on his mind.
Yes, I forgot about that. Stop getting married. I mean, you could be.
I really was 9 and 8. Let me see how I can adjust that because I'm
Oh God. Okay, Philly,
lost.
Indianapolis.
Win.
You have it. Tennessee,
Win.
Minnesota,
Win.
L.A. Rams,
Win.
Arizona,
Win.
Houston,
Loss.
Jacksonville.
Win.
No, you put loss.
See, that was an odd one. Is it at Jacksonville?
It's at Jacksonville.
Hmm.
Detroit.
Well, loss. Did I have
Chicago?
them split? Did I have Detroit and them split?
No, I think you took
Detroit.
no 2 losses.
Okay, I could see that. 'cause
Chicago.
I almost picked Detroit going undefeated, but anyway.
Chicago.
It was tough.
At Chicago,
They
you
win
gotta win.
both. They both win both.
Okay. San Francisco,
Loss.
Miami,
Win, I would think.
Detroit,
Loss.
Seattle,
Win.
New Orleans,
Win.
Minnesota.
Did I split them?
You split them. You gave them a loss. And
Yeah,
Chicago,
and that could be the.
Chicago, you gave them a win.
So that could be the splits at Minnesota. If they win both, that could get them over the hump.
No, yeah.
I like Green Bay. I think they make the playoffs. I
Well,
think
we
Green
put
Bay.
them under.
I know, but I think they make the playoffs in the NFC.
I don't. I told you they'll be fighting for New Orleans.
Yeah.
They will be fighting with New Orleans.
Sean is
I
the
did
big
a pick.
New Orleans.
No, I'm not. I
this
did a
year.
pick. I did the pick, and they are both within a game of each other.
I know.
I said going into the playoffs, they will be competing.
I remember.
They're going to be competing with them, just like last year when everybody was in that trash heap of everybody was like, okay, Philly and San Francisco are going to win. We already know that. Now, what is the trash that's left at the end of it? Oh, and Detroit. They're all going to win. What's the trash that's left? I have to sit here like this.
Well, no, I mean, I think it's one of those deals that I think that the Saints potentially could be one of the worst teams in the league with a lot of talent that they have.
Well, I got that too, but at the same time,
Because I had them 7 wins. Am I on the top or the bottom?
you're the green.
Okay, so
You're
I
green
had
again.
them at 8 wins.
Yeah.
So I think I had everybody in the NFC South, which we'll talk about next week, about 8 and 9, 9 and 8,
Yeah.
except Tampa, 14 and 3.
I mean, do we even need to get into Detroit? We've all gave them 14 wins.
Love Detroit.
We
Obviously,
gave them 14. 10.5 was their ceiling.
definitely over. You know, we're no money sharks here, but bet the over.
I bet
on
the
Detroit.
over.
They,
Yes, they.
and the schedule's-
complete team.
The schedule sets up.
I don't know who they've lost. They've actually gained better.
They did. They've gotten better.
Yeah,
gotten
they've
better.
gained.
They got Carlton Davis, got a trade from Tampa Bay.
They might have issues at cornerback,
They-
but I don't see that.
They drafted the Arnold guy. I think he's from Bama, and then he got the Rakestraw guy from Missouri. Secondary, that's what they needed help on. That was obviously all the coaches stayed.
That's what got them in the Big in the Big 12.
And then what they really need is
Title game.
they need Jamison Williams to be that second wide receiver, I think, because they're missing someone on St. Brown. They need that second, third guy. Of course, they got what's the tight end? Your buddy, not Prada.
Why'd you say Prada?
It's close to Prada.
Laporta.
There we go. And that guy's up
Why
and
did
coming,
you say Prada?
one of the best.
Why did
Well, I
you
knew
do
it
that
was.
to me?
I mean, it was
Why did
close.
you do that to me?
But he's one of the best. He was a rookie last year. He's one of the best tight ends already.
I know. I picked him up
I
accidentally.
know. And so no, I think Detroit.
Accidental
I think Detroit just got better.
pickup.
They had good drafts. Alabama secondary, Missouri secondary. Rakestraw
I don't
stayed
even want
pretty
to talk
good.
about that Missouri secondary.
No, he was actually a
know.
really good player, a really good
But what
player.
we're walking
and now
into-
we're walking in to see what Missouri's going to do later, and we'll talk about that in the SEC preview coming up.
It's in my eye.
But
It's in my eye.
what'd you have, Matt? Item 14-3.
We all had him 14.
We all agreed on the same
Yeah, but
games.
everybody. Yep.
Name the losses.
I don't know that we agreed on the same team, but we all agreed the same number.
Sorry, so we both had 14. See,
All right,
just
so-
go through their losses
All right. Well,
that you think.
Zach took a loss at the Rams.
He's a Rams love affair guy.
You took a loss at Dallas.
Because it was at Dallas, right?
I gave him a loss I gave him a loss against Jacksonville, and just because their bye week's so early.
That is an issue with Detroit.
They have a Week 5 bye,
That is early.
and so something could happen. And I also gave him a loss at Indy. I gave him back-to-back losses.
Sean, go back to look at. Rob, we're talking about buys on
No,
the subject.
Zach gave him a loss at Green Bay.
He wanted to split at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at the bye weeks for the other North. What was their bye weeks? It was interesting
Chicago
we
was
look-
Week 7.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well, I'd rather Week 8.
There
9.
was one of them that went really deep this year, and we'll talk about that when we get to it.
Minnesota was Week 6. Green Bay was Week 10.
Yeah, so 10 is maybe okay, but Detroit was a Week 4 bye.
Week 5.
Is it Week 5? Okay.
Yeah, Week 5. Nobody gets a Week 4 bye.
So,
But
but they were the first bye.
I don't think that anybody should have a Week 5 bye. I don't think buys
Well, they're
should
going to have to
start.
give buys to something, but I don't think they should be starting until at least half the season is over. At least
That's what I'm
eight or
saying.
beyond.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Well,
I'm
7.
sure it's a scheduling issue is why they do that. But, I mean, the year Tampa Bay went to the Super Bowl, if you remember, that won it with Tom Brady, who's happy birthday, Tom Brady, today.
Well, you remember. You remember.
Happy birthday to Tom.
Stop.
Okay.
So you remember San Francisco had that really screwed up schedule where they had to do a Thursday then a Sunday game or something like that, or
Well, you can stretch that out, not together. They didn't have it in 3 days.
no,
but
but
they probably
had
did a Sunday and
Monday,
then a following Thursday.
yeah, Sunday and a following Thursday.
Yeah.
Well, no, they also didn't they do one of the holiday games?
You see, yes.
And that screwed them over.
And you've seen some of those.
Like they had shortened schedules. I think Detroit had it as well.
You see some. Well, when you play on the holidays, you're going to get screwed somehow, or going overseas as well.
Yeah.
A lot more teams go overseas.
So
this
yeah,
year.
we've got Detroit winning, and like I said, so mine were 2 random losses.
Sean had him 17-0, and I said that's.
You gave him a Houston loss and a San Francisco loss.
I really like Houston this year. That is a fact.
But my 2 random losses were Indianapolis and Jacksonville because I got to play them back to back, and it's a week 11 and 12. You don't know injuries. You know.
Sure.
You're looking at that. You're looking at guys that are just kind of.
Well, I think everybody.
gassing.
I think everybody on those 2 other teams of Indianapolis and Jacksonville are looking. Please, no injuries this year. I mean, we've got to have our stars be there. So.
Right, and the Detroit San Francisco game, could those 2 teams even be playing their starters? Because it's the last game of the season. Or no, second to last game of the season.
Well, we talked about that too. I argued.
Is it possible?
I argued with you because.
But is it possible that they're even playing their starters?
Detroit maybe?
You argued with your son.
Well, no, Detroit maybe.
You're right.
But that was against Kansas City, right?
What? No, San Francisco.
Oh, I'm sorry, San Francisco.
I was talking about that game.
Yes.
Second
So-
to last game.
Yeah. So San
The
Francisco.
last game's Minnesota. They're definitely not playing anybody.
And that's possible too. So you could see that. So that might
Yeah.
cloud that a little bit. Always does.
If they don't have positioning,
I think
if they
they're
don't have positioning by week 17, they will be starting.
But I think
They will be playing
they're
their
about one of
starters.
the only few teams that could sit there and go, I think we'll be setting people. Kansas City might be the other one.
Right.
You know, to be saying I'm going to set people. Because you look at the other teams.
I was going to say New England, but
they're going to
I
be
don't know that they're gonna
no, they're already set at the bottom. But you're going to be looking at those other teams playing their best to try to get those games to get maybe in the playoffs. Whether it be San Francisco, whether it be Baltimore, Pittsburgh, we're getting ready to.
Yeah,
go
I think
to.
Baltimore they could possibly be setting. All right. Now for the AFCs. AFC North is.
Get after it. What do we got?
And coming in last place you have 6 wins. I have 5. For some reason, you're saying I have 9 wins. The Cleveland Browns. Oh, the Cleveland Brownies.
Good year last year.
Good year last year.
A lot of games won
Unsustainable.
late. A lot of
Players
games won
lost.
late.
They've let a lot. People can argue that they've brought some guys in, but
They
I don't
brought
know
in
that they-
Judy. That's about it.
Yeah, but he never did anything.
I really think.
I don't think Judy had a very good.
I mean, they finished 11-6, made the playoffs. Chubb's coming back for injury. Deshaun Watson still hasn't ever been anything that I predicted he would be. Judy coming from the Broncos is great, but is he a number one? Not really. To me, they have one of the best defenses.
Horrible attitude when he played there.
But they have one of the best defenses. I mean,
Hey,
you've
Schwartz
got
is still there,
You've
isn't
got
he?
Garrett, Zarius Smith.
Schwartz is still their coach,
Owusu,
right?
Jordan Hicks, Grant Delpit. Not Schwartz. His name is Stefanski.
No, I'm talking about defensive coordinator.
I don't know about that.
Isn't it still
Should be.
Schwartz?
Should be. Which I like him.
I do too, but I hate him as a head coach. Never liked him as a head coach. Liked him as a defensive coordinator.
But I think though that
He should have won with Buffalo.
I thought there was
He was there
I
for
thought
him.
I thought there was a lot. Now, time out before I make my point about last year and their close wins. Brandon Ayuk is being mentioned as a possibility in a trade for them.
Right. Well, Ayuk's mentioned all over
That-
the place right now.
Now that could be interesting, to be honest. That
What
really
do they take for him?
well, that's the whole deal. What are they going to give up? You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do they have to give up? They still don't have any first rounds, do they?
No. But I mean, last year they had Tennessee. They beat the 49ers in a random win, which was impressive.
Yeah, but that was in Cleveland, wasn't it?
Beat the Colts, beat the Cardinals, beat the Ravens again. Steelers they beat.
Lost to the Broncos somehow.
Lost the Broncos.
Lost to then they just
The Rams killed them. Beat Jaguars by 4. Beat the Bears only by 3.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Beat the Texans and the Jets, obviously. And then the Texans in the first round, they beat them by 45-14. That's what the playoff
So
was. I just something about them I don't like.
fall apart.
And I just
They
don't,
had their chance.
I'm
and
gonna
the
go
chance
no.
is
I'm gonna
gone.
go no playoffs on them.
Right. Now here is what we have.
Do we differ?
Here's what we have for second place. You and I took Pittsburgh. You took him at 8. I took him at 9.
Okay.
So I gave him 11.
No, of course he did. He's a fanboy. He's
Now-
fanboy.
Now what that does is puts them in for him it puts him in a contention to make the playoffs.
So he got them picked second.
No, well they're close to second because he picked 13 games for Cincinnati.
Okay. Which I like Cincinnati.
Or 12. Is it 12 games? Yeah, he's got 12 games in Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
So he's real close with that. So Pittsburgh, I've got him as not losing season. You've got him as a losing season again. It's still under.
Not
I got
again
him
because
over.
they haven't had a losing season under what's his face.
That's what I'm saying. They
Yeah.
haven't. So
Okay.
you
So-
have him as a losing season. I've got him one game.
I do this year, and I'm gonna tell you why.
And Zach's got him in love with.
Now I have on this show, I have said that the best pickup in the whole free agency was Patrick Queen from the Ravens
Okay.
to. I think the worst pickup is Russell Wilson. And I like Fields. You know this.
Yeah, VP Fields.
How many games?
Kenny West, MVP Fields.
Hold on. How many games are they going to let Russell blow before they put Fields in to give him a chance.
They're not paying him anything, so
I know they're not paying either one of them really much money.
everybody else is paying him. So what are you worried about?
You look. You've got Queen. You've got Wilson. I mean, you've got Watt. Obviously, Pickens, Joey Porter Jr. on the defense. I mean, you've got all these players, but for one, you're in the toughest conference or division.
And it's not a pass-heavy offense.
And you're looking at Cleveland, who does have. We talked about this. We're not disagreeing. Cleveland's got one of the best defenses in the whole NFL. Right. We just don't like the offense. Chubb coming back is interesting. You've got Amari Cooper. Who's the other wide receiver that's going to be there?
Tight end.
There's
Najigba and
yes, he's good, but I'm talking about the other wide receiver.
I know, but he is a wide receiver option. And he was thrown to a lot in the Joe Flacco.
Yes, no, I agree with that. I'm just saying. I do not like. I really think.
But we have
that Cincinnati and Ravens are going to be really good this year. Really good.
So it looks like I have picked Cincinnati as number 2 with a 10-win season. You gave him 13. No, you gave him 13. Zach gave him 13.
Now back to Steelers. They did draft some linemen, which helps, is what they needed. Zach Frazier. I like that pick from West Virginia. He's a center. He might potentially play immediately if they move him there to guard. Like I said, I like the defensive pickup. Defense is going to be really good. Defense is going to be good for Cleveland.
For Pittsburgh?
For Pittsburgh and Cleveland.
Yeah. They traditionally have a great
Who's
defense.
the weakest defense in the North? It's probably going to be Cleveland. Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati's going to have the weakest.
But they've got probably the second best offense. That is way better.
Especially if 8 Mile Burrow can stay healthy.
Well, and that's what I'm predicting. But they're way better than Pittsburgh's and Cleveland's offense.
Yes.
Way better.
Yeah.
Cleveland and Ravens, to my mind, are about equal. I think the Ravens defense dips a little. Queen leaving hurts, but I think the offense is just so much better.
But they had a thick defense.
And you got to think about Henry is there, running back for Baltimore now.
Derrick Henry moved from Tennessee over.
Made the.
So we're looking at another what season? 2 years ago?
Now McDonald left too.
Was it 2 years ago when Baltimore and Cincinnati were fighting for number 1?
If you don't have the injuries, it seems like
it was
Burrow's
2
been
years
hurt
ago.
forever. It seems.
Well,
like.
and Lamar was hurt too. It was Huntley that was playing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was 2 years ago.
That's right. Yes.
I thought it was 2.
Now, Mike McDonald leaving the Ravens is interesting. He is not singing on a cruise. That's a different. He's coach at Seattle now.
On the Cuyahoga River.
But they kept Zach Orr, who was a defensive guy already. So I think that continuity helps. Losing Queen. No, I thought that was the best. I thought that was the best free agent pickup.
It was very random for them to let him go, but.
I think it was the money.
You got to look at. They let their entire running back stable go to the Chargers,
but got Derrick Henry.
In return.
Yes.
So Gus Edwards and it was Gus Edwards and what's his nuts
not Moses.
I think they both ended up on.
Now who got Zach? Zach Moss came somewhere. Oh, okay. Hey, we forgot to talk about that. Obviously, OU connection. It's another thing that Cincinnati concerns me. Zach Moss is there, but
Zach Moss has been injured, hasn't he?
Yes, but Mixon is gone. They got to let Joe Mixon go.
But Mixon had a tough. I heard he's had a tough spring season.
For Houston already?
Yeah.
Oh, really? See, I think he's going to fit.
Yeah, I've heard that he's had a tough preseason.
Well,
I don't think that it's going to stop him from starting. It's just you got to get used to the new style, new coaches. People seem to forget that. Okay, you take this money, you go to this program. You're not running the same program. You're not running the same offenses.
Now they did pick up Malik Morrison, linebacker, who's good. Kyle Van Noy, also a linebacker.
Yeah, but Van Noy is late in his years, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He is. But they're losing McQueen though.
I know. It's something they shouldn't have let happen.
Money, baby.
I know.
Money. So, what was the record for the Ravens?
13.
So, them and Cincinnati's about the same.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's only concern for me, obviously, is injuries.
I've got Baltimore 3 games over Cincinnati. You guys have them tying.
Can the secondary for Cincinnati be better than?
Eli Apple's not there, so it's got to be.
That is
Is Eli Apple even still in Miami?
I have no idea.
God, you remember his mom was angry, like, my baby boy. He's you stop yelling at him. He was only good at LSU.
Is that where he played?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, okay.
I believe that's where his college was. I thought he was part of. He was part of that defense that killed us, wasn't it?
Let's see.
Ellie Apple. No, Ohio State.
There you go. There you go.
Why did I think he was on LSU? Oh, wait.
Well, Dax Hill's back up to cornerback. Dak was pretty good at Michigan. Jordan battled Geno Stone. Looks like they've pretty much got that. Now their offensive coordinator left.
Who?
Callahan. He's the head coach at Tennessee.
Well,
I don't think that's going to be a big deal.
Callahan had
Auto
auto parts.
I don't think that's going to be a big deal because Zach calls the plays anyway.
So yeah, you see Eli Apple's illustrious career. The best season that he had was probably on the Cincinnati Bengals.
It was. He was kind of like the nickel guy. It seemed like when.
They knew how to use him. They knew how to keep him in there until they got to Kansas City.
Correct.
Hey, what was that? Is that a butt?
Nothing.
Is that a butt?
No.
Did you take a picture of my?
No.
That's gross. So yeah. He's had terrible years.
What was that car I showed you? Remember that? Well, we can talk about that on here. I showed you the picture of the car.
Okay.
It had a red front. A lot of, yeah. All right. Anything else? That's our picks right there.
No.
I do have to go through my pictures, though.
We should probably, I don't know, we'll have to get to that. Writing down our first, second.
Okay. Well, the only thing else I had, let's see. Do we have anything? I don't think I had anything else. It's been a week. I mean, there's so much sports overload right now.
We do. We should not have taken that week off.
Hey, love you, Skip Bayless, no longer at Fox Sports, waiting on the next. He's a big OU guy.
Skip.
Yes. No, he is. He's always been.
No, I got it. I just the man's mentally
always been
not
a huge.
This guy said Tim Tebow was an NFL quarterback.
That's a possibility, and he's not. We all know that.
We all knew that going in. We was like, make a running back.
Were we the only ones, though? It could have been us only.
Mm-mm.
No, there was a lot. Okay, so the rumor had it that CD was going to get a 4-year, $136 million year, and that is not true.
These guys need to stretch their money out and be able to have that team to keep it together to get paid. I mean.
Okay, so here's what I found. I want to tell you.
Everybody's wanting all this money all at once.
Talking about NFL, I told you that Love was now the top highest annually.
Annually.
Right, can you name the top? Give me the top 8. I got top 8 right here.
Joe Burrow.
Love's 1. Burrow's 3.
Burrow's up there.
Love, Burrow, and somebody else are both $55 million.
I know. Mahomes restructured his contract.
He ain't in it. Yeah, he's not in it. And I'll give you a hint. Their combined playoff record for all those teams are 16 and 17.
Did Tua get that big extension?
Yes, he's number 4 for 53.1.
Yeah. Jacksonville boy.
Yes, that's the one whatever.
You hated that. Him. Well, all I got to do is go.
He's tied with Love and Burrow.
All I got to do is just go think of who's got the oldest quarterbacks.
And they're out. No, like the
youngest quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
The youngest quarterbacks. Are,
yes.
The youngest. Daniel Jones has that huge contract.
So he's on there. That was on the cheap. I told you. See, back then when he signed that, you scoffed at me and said,
"You scoffed."
No, I said that was a cheap contract.
That was you scoffing.
No, that was a cheap contract for the Giants.
But you scoffing it.
Goff 53, Herbert 52.5. Who's wearing a boot? Got some plantar fasciitis shit. Said he should be ready for opening. He has no wide receivers. It
Matthew
looks like,
Stafford.
And then Lamar 52 and Hurts 51.
Oh, okay.
Combined Super Bowls played in 3, no wins. And
for the highest paid quarterbacks,
all of them, that whole 8.
Yeah, it's funny how that
3
works.
3 Super Bowl appearances.
It's funny how that works out.
What's that going to be?
Pay me.
That's it's the fear.
Josh, isn't Josh Allen up there?
No.
I thought he was.
No. Not annually.
Annually.
No. Not annually. All right. Anything else?
Man,
we'll see you Sunday. Appreciate
It's
everybody.
Monday.
Monday. Sorry, tomorrow's Sunday. I'm day
I
behind.
need a day off. I am still injured.
We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you not tomorrow. Monday. We'll talk about the Big Ten. We'll preview that NFC South and AFC South. Can't wait to see you. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Sorry we're sorry we didn't